What's going on, everybody? This is Super Robot Ed, and today I have in front of you the GX-68 Solo Chogokin, the King of Braves GAOGAIGAR. I've been waiting to pick this set up for quite some time. I passed on it over other sets, and I wanted to get it because, well, I wanted to get this, but I got God Mars instead. And of course, we're going to use the box as a backdrop, if you can see it right there. And in my new light box here, we're going to look at a few things, and we're going to start talking about what we got here, And I mean, like, this is one of my favorite series, like, just hands down, just my favorite series. So first of all, we'll go from the least to the most, So let's go with linear gal. Some people call it gal liner. And basically, it's just a train. And it's metal. Like, it's got nice materials. Like, you can really see it here and everything like that. It just looks nice. See it from the front. It's got a clear window. And they come in two parts, and you connect it with this little piece here. And that's a very important piece, and you're going to these two tabs are also important. So this is gal liner, and it rolls. It's got wheels, and but it's got weight because the arms for GAOGAIGAR are in here, and they're made of part steel. This is high quality plastic. It really does look good. I mean, hands down, like I love it. But it's the least that you're going to look at the set. Now we're going to look at the beefier part. And this is drill gouter. So, as you can see here, this is made of metal. There's clear windows there. You probably see a lot of fingerprints because that's how I have played with this as of yesterday. And it's got treads. These are plastic treads. And that's pretty cool and nice and rugged. I mean, they feel like they're not going to disintegrate like the CM Corpse versions did. They're a little bit more wider too. And, the drill does turn. You can see it right there. It does turn. But yeah, this is drill gal, and it's heavy. There's a lot of metal here, and these are the feet, and this is what gives it a lot of weight and stability. You can see it from the back. Now, I do have to advise again, when we do this review, there's going to be a lot of edits. I don't even know if I'm going to do it on screen, but I will try my best because it's a lot of work. Now on to the third part. And that's stealth gal, or gal stealth, if you want to call it that. And as you can see, this is kind of light, mostly plastic. But these parts are metal here. This is the arms for GAOGAIGAR, as you can see there. There's a lot of tabs under here, and you're going to see a lot of those tabs come out. And there's the lion for the front chest plate for GAOGAIGAR, the lion. And then there's the vents. And let's look at the vents here. So see, the vents do open, and that's something I thought was pretty cool, and then on top of here, the vents do open. And I was playing around with it earlier. I don't know if these open or not, but I know these open, so when he does heaven and hell, and, so we'll leave those open as well. It's just very nice, nice, sturdy. It's got the paint job. You can see the GG, 3G. We're on 5G now. And again, it's got the clear window, and like I said, it's pretty cool. It's really, this part right here is the part that will scare you because it's kind of the most just plastic. Let's just clean off those windows really quick. Like I said, you gotta grab a lot of stuff, and we can leave the vents open. It's okay. It's not gonna cause any problems. But here it is, and like I said, it's stealth gal. And then we have the main part, which is, of course, my man, Galleon, the guy that started it all. That was found in the bottom of the river. And he fuses with Guy, and they form GAOGAIGAR. But let's look at him for a second. Now, I never could get him right, so... and he's got a lot of metal, a lot of plastic. There's the tail. There's the face. Let's get a good look at the face. Yes, it's got nice paint job. Everything is just very nice, very detailed. I mean, He's from the back. He's got the feet. And he's got the, just metal. It's just metal and plastic, but it feels good. I mean, I say that, you're not just picking up, like a transformer and, you know how to handle that. This, you will pick up and go, you're not going to just, roughhouse with this. And you should. This is a lot of money. This is $200 to $300 in most places. Used, I think you can get for about $2. I wouldn't buy any Solo Chogokin used them. Well, I did buy Volts 5, the Volton box. But that's because that's hard to find and it's a collector's item. If I find one new, hey, maybe I'll pick it up. But I bought this one new because I really wanted it to be new. Because I know a lot of people that handle Chogokin don't know how to handle Chogokin. So, I prefer to be the only owner. And like I said, it does look good. It looks nice. I mean, if you just had this on your shelf and that's it, I mean, people would be like, is that a Transformer? Is that... Nope. It's Galleon. And my camera doesn't do it justice. There's a lot of two-tone paint here in this and everything like that. So, like I said, this will be on my shelf as GAOGAIGAR, and, we're going to get to that and go over a few of the extra accessories, which a lot are here, and you can see the hands and things. So let's go over that really quick before we start transforming. And then there's like the extra faces. Well, did one of the faces come out? I think so. Oh, my goodness. This is why I hate having these little parts. Because there's supposed to be another face there, and now... No, that's not another face. No, that's the... that's just the part that connects for those two, and then the two fists. Because I was about to say, I really haven't gone through... This is going to show you why I haven't gone through everything yet. So, keep that in mind. But that's the extra part that's missing in the tray, is the part for the train to connect. Because I thought it was an extra face. So that's just going to show you, I just got this. But other than that, everything looks good. Looks nice. These are bigger hands, which are too big. There's parts to lock things in place. I don't need all that. Those are open hands for... GAOGAIGAR, if you want to make them do that. I'm really not going to go into all that because, like I said, I kind of like how Rocket Punch Army is. I don't want to lose stuff, and I get scared when I lose stuff, especially when I'm paying like $300. Even though I'm paying $10, if I want everything to come with it, I want everything that comes with it. But at $300, you best believe I want to keep everything because you never know what's going to happen down the line. All right, and without further ado, we're going to start, and we're going to transform Galleon, or how do I say it? Fusion. Yep, that's what they say. And let's start. So first things first, we're gonna fold this back, straighten out the legs, and the legs do shorten. As you can see it right there, and that's important. And you're gonna do the same thing over here. Like I said, this is not gonna be perfect, so don't. If you have this toy, like, you did something wrong. Well, put it in the comments like everybody else. Just don't leave a comment and run. You know what I'm saying? Give me a chance to respond. So you'll see the legs here, and they need to stay just like that. That's important. So this is the main part of GAOGAIGAR. And then what you want to do is, what I like to do is kind of twist this around, and you'll hear some noises, and then after that, you kind of just fold that down, and then these will twist a certain way. So he has the boosters, and that was one of the things that wasn't on the original toy that I remember. Now it's kind of hard to transform this with me behind the camera, so again, I'm asking for patience and kindness. And there's a hand there, please, because normally you really do need to be hands-on. So like I said, again, there may be some edits later on, but let's see if we can at least get this, transformed on camera. And then once you do that, you kind of just fold that back and the fist will come out. And that's the part that I've been having trouble with is, that thumb will come off. And I hate that. See, it's starting already. Okay. Pause for the cause. We'll be right back. All right, we got that fixed and I'm back. We have GAOGAIGAR. And let me fix his feet, because I've been having hardest of time getting this boy to stand up straight. You know, again, this is why I did miss the old Takara version for that. You know, and there go the feet. All right, finally. Whew. Like I said, I am very nervous, and I'm going to say that because, you know, you're talking about a toy that costs a lot of money. And, you know, so here's GAOGAIGAR, and he is transformed. He's very posable. And he's probably one of the better GAOGAIGARs. Like I said, I've had the one that came with CM Corp's Genesis GAOGAIGAR, and well, this one is a step above. And let's see if we can get in a little close there. And so you can see it there. And then take a good look at it there. And that's the head. And it looks really good. Like, I really do like that head sculpt. You know, it's got a nice face. It's got a nice presence. And we're going to go over articulation here. And, you know, bear with me one moment here. I've been dealing with some sinus issues. No, it's not a COVID thing. I just had some sinus issues, and I've been really kind of like, ugh. I've just been out of it, dealing with these sinus issues, but I've been having to go to work, so it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. So he's very posable. And let's fold back the back skirt there. Here, this is supposed to actually fold in like that. And the little turbines here. Oh, let me get back in view. So there's little turbines. They actually kind of move individually. They're tight. But if you ever watch episodes, he flies with those boosters. And you just, like I said, fold that back. And then, no, I'm doing something wrong. I'm always doing something wrong. And that's it. And now we got GAOGAIGAR the way that he should be. Stand up, man, please. Embarrass me on camera. All right, so let's get a good look here. Pivot my camera down. All right, so the arms, they move out to here, and they are very tight. Let's keep that in mind. The arms, they do rotate 360. Like I said again, this is not meant to be a toy. Those flap up. The arms, due to the transformation to the galleon, go out to here. The fists rotate. They're optional hands. Not going to even bother with those today. But you can see they have a bicep. And of course, because he's aligned, he has a double bicep. And you can see that right there. And he does have a waist swivel because of the transformation. So you'll be able to get dynamic poses. Again, the legs, they go about right there, but you could twist it a little bit. And he's got, you know, the knee goes to here. The shin comes up there because of the transformation, but it doesn't have that rotating feature like the other one did. And the legs go back to here. I think you can get them to go a little further just because of that, but that's as far as we're going to go today. And I'll be right back. And we're back. So, like I said, lots of edits. So, as you can see here, he can hold the drill, and he can hold the drill in the other arm as well. And they tab on to this little part right there. Not going to do it because this is not very steady. I'm doing it for both. And, you know, like I said, unless you want to buy me a new one if I break it. So, no. But there are two little tabs in the feet, as you can see right there. And they kind of attach to GAOGAIGAR. And, you know, you kind of slide them in here. And just to show you, because this thing is heavy, you know, see, but it's strong enough. If you hold it, you just have to you gotta position it, and it kind of just, you gotta look at it. So you gotta be careful when you're pushing it in, because those little hand thumbs will come out, and it'll supposed to attach onto there. If you could get it to attach, and then you kind of clamp it closed, and you can do that. But over time, you're gonna mess up your shoulders and your joints, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, these things are too heavy to be doing. I don't care how much strength is in there, because you can see it's already kind of, getting weakened, and you don't, for the sake of doing it. I mean, yeah, he does it in the show. Let him do it in the show. I mean, but it's a thing you can do, but I wouldn't do it, because, like I said before, you're gonna weaken the hell out of your joints. And then he also can attach to Stealth Gal. And I'm pulling him out the way for a second, because I just wanted to show you what he can do. And I did do this last night when I was playing with it, and then after that, we were going to go to transformation. And you kind of fold down those shoulder vents there, and make sure they're aligned. And he does come with a stand, but I'm not using the stand. And you kind of lift this up right here, and basically they go in the little tabs right there, so you'll see them right there. They kind of tab in. Like I said again, there's always one side that does not want to cooperate on this toy. That's been the worst thing about playing with this toy. So again, I'm doing stuff off camera. Don't be upset, But there we go. Actually, oh my goodness, I got it right this time. Could do it right the last time. So there he goes. He can put Stealth Gal on his back. And, he does this in the show quite a few times. Even with the other part, if you get the, what's the thing? Not Stealth Gal 2 from the Star Option set. You can do that as well. But I think it's pretty neat. Like I said, I'm just holding him, but I think he'll stand up, see? And he does stand. Let's get a good shot. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty cool. And I do like that. Like, I do enjoy it, but they explain things that because you can do something doesn't mean you should always do it. It's like anything in life. Yeah, I can do this, I can do that. But I owned one of the toys. What did I own? It's from Power Rangers in Space. I had the full set, the Voyager with the missile. And he has that arm that can hold the missile. And it's part of the look. I bought that toy used. That joint was tight. About 2 or 3 months later, I just walked in the house, and his arm was like, ploop, would never hold it again. And there's really no way to tighten it. There's really no way to, I couldn't get upset with the seller. I actually just asked if there was a way to, tighten it up. And there was a few things that you can do. But to be honest with you, you can't. And because of that, you're going to, over time, stress your joints. Sure, it's tight now. Everything's looking good. You can show your friends off. Yeah, look, I can do this, that. These are solo Chogokin toys. Are not meant to be played with and handled like, you're not. I've got solo Chogokins I've only transformed twice, and I've had them for 5 or 6 years. In fact, when I do the review for Dan Cougar, I've only played with that twice. So I'm still unfamiliar. I haven't even opened all the weapons on that one yet. Because these are collectibles. But you can play with them, but they're still collectibles. Like, yeah, if you're bored, you pull them off your shelf, you can play with them. When you have these types of toys, you want to make sure to take care of them, because if you don't, you're going to be trying to sell them on eBay to somebody else. Some people do. Some people just keep them in, but you're going to try to sell it to somebody else, say, oh, yeah, it's good. And then next thing you know, they're going to send it back to you because, well, it's not. All my solo Chogokin are always kept in a box unless I have them on display. The only one that I have on display at all times is Volts 5. And this, because out of all my SOC, I really love this. So this is what you can do with all the parts before you form GAOGAIGAR. And now we're going to go into forming GAOGAIGAR. So for the sake of being, there's going to be another edit, and we'll be right back and start the transformation. All right, and we're back again from YouTube Magic. And now we have one big giant mess. Why is that? Because we're going straight. We're going straight to Final Fusion. So, you know, we got to make sure that the legs, you know, are lower. You know what I'm saying? Make sure all the legs are lower. Make sure, you know, we get the chest plate just like, you know, and we got to properly align the figure. Now, there's a lot of things you got to do with him first. So let's get into it. You need to pull this down because you're going to be bringing those legs down. You have to pull. Do not pull those legs down without doing that first. That is a rule if you get one. Just telling you. Now, so once we done that, you know, of course, we do the fusion and make sure these are out. So there's a lot of alignment that you have to do here. And the reason why you have to extend the legs, because extending the legs are going to be how you get the height. Because if you don't, he looks kind of short and squat. So you don't want to do that. And you want to make sure you extend the legs out and make sure his legs are short. That's going to be the main part. And again, sorry for the fingerprints and the smudging on the video here, but you know, like I said, you know, and some scratching already happened. This toy is not meant to be handled but by one person. So I would never buy this secondhand. Because I've owned a lot of Solo Chogokin, and this one really does get a lot of oils on the blacks. You know, not the blacks, but the black paint. Because I'm black, so, you know. And the first thing you want to do is, I always do the feet first, because doing the upper torso is going to be even harder. So you got the feet, and you want to I always splay them out like that. And make sure that folds in. And that's a foot. And there's a tab right there for the, I guess this would be the right leg facing me. And you want to make sure that just folds in. And like you know, there aren't any other tabs. And you can see joints, it's like you see mechanics. They did a good job. And you'll be able to see where the feet kind of go in. Like it's almost like they did a good job of making it like how it is on the anime. So I'm going to make sure you do that first. And just to give an example, you know, you want to, should just slide in. So I always try to make sure it's straight. This is only my second time because we're not untransforming this. And it'll click. And you hear it click. And there's a release button right there. That does not work. It's a release button right there. You know, it doesn't work. So you want to do the other leg. It doesn't. I believe me, I was pissed. So, you know, like I said, I love these treads, man. These treads. Why they couldn't do that with the GX-72 Megazord, you know, with the Triceratops, and give him the, you know, treads, man. I'm going to do a review on that. I only showed that I own it, but I never really did a review of it. You know, I'm going to do a review of that one day. You want to just fold that up. You got to do the other side. And again, you want to do the same thing. This thing is heavy. This is metal. You want to, like I say, handling it is just so, you hear it click, and he should look like this on the legs. Like, you see how he stands up and everything just looks, you know, nice and tidy and stuff like that. Let me turn my lights down a little bit. Oh no, it's doing the, it's not turning my lights down. It's actually, I'll get my little bit of warmth there. Let's see, you get an idea. It's a little bright, you know, a little overexposed. So you see how he's standing. He should be standing just like that. And that's going to be, you know, where everything begins. Now, the next part. So, there's a little tab here. Make sure you pull that down. That pulls down. That pulls down. Fixing the arms. Yes, you have to fix the arms just right for transformation, because this goes in a certain way and you have to be careful with this. So before we even put that in, let's take this, and I don't still know what this is, but I'm using it. And you want to open this up, and that's where GAOGAIGAR's head is. So from the top here, so you want to slide these off, and they slide off. And you have to put the fist in here. So when you first open this, the fists aren't in here. The transformable fists, or the perfect transformation transforming fists, are in there. And these will pop off. We'll get to that in a moment. You know, because that's kind of not what we're going to be doing just yet. And so you want to move these out the way. And you're going to open up these tabs right here. So these tabs, get your finger in there. And see how that opens up? And these fold in. And you close that back. And again, the same thing on the other side. It's that tab right there. You want to open that up. And then take this and fold it in. Because if you don't fold it in, you know, you're going to be in trouble. Now, these right here should be slid all the way out to a position. And that's going to be important later. This is GAOGAIGAR's head. It's on a crazy funky joint. See it? That's the funky joint. Then these fold in just like that. Then you have to position it like so. And my hand's in the way. And you have to kind of, you know, make sure that everything kind of falls in place there. And it has to, in order for that to work, you have to push that piece in. Or you're going to, this is where GAOGAIGAR connects to Stealth Gao. And, well, most of the connection is the part. Because if you don't, it won't connect. It will give you issues. Now, the next part is transforming the arms. And let me tell you, the arms, getting them right, are a pain in the butts. So, let's get to that. So we're going to move this out the way because we're almost done, you know. So you have to do it in a sense where when you fold the arms back, and you'll see, of course, just like in a cartoon, you see that? You see that right there? Just like in the show, that's where a Gao liner is going to go in, or liner Gao. I call him Gao liner. I'm so used to saying it that way. Like I said, you gotta fold them back and fold them just right. Believe me when I say that, just right. The cries when I first got this toy was just painful. It was painful to watch. It was like, right back. And you want to lift that up. So you don't have to stick your hand through there. Why do you want to lift that up? There are two tabs here. See right there? Let's get in closer. See those tabs right there on the back of his head? See that? All right. So why do you have to do that? So you got to make sure that everything is right with this guy. So if his arms are going to fold down like that, liner Gao's going to go in like this. And you should hear it spring. Make sure both sides are even. And then you want to look at it and then make sure that he tabs in to that head. And when you hear it snap, you're locked in place. Now we've got liner Gao. So the next thing we want to do after that is make sure we go back here. And this is the part where I had trouble. Lots of trouble, please. For the love of God. Work. And you put it on like so. And it fit. It fit. First try. Yes. That's because I was rushing. Now, here comes the next part. We're almost done. So, you have to lift these up in a way. And you'll see that right there. To get them out. And it is not easy to get them out. Let me tell you. Oh, this is the most, like I said, you're not transforming this but once every now and then. You know, if you're separating this back, you're an idiot. Because you have to get those out. And it's hard to do on camera here because we gotta kind of get in there and get them out. So just to let you know that that's the next part. There's a way that it's supposed to pivot up and they come down, but I can never get it. Like, I have tried numerous times to do it, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm gonna have to do this off camera. So I'll be right back. All right, and I'm back. So now we're gonna show you here how the arms are down, and they should be at about this level. And that's it. And it's tight. Let me tell you, it's tight. I'm gonna be shooting on my phone from now on because I'm noticing here I can't get quite in view. My phone actually gets in view and it has better zoom, and actually it's doing a good job with the light and processing. And I'm shooting in 4K right now at 100 megs, and I just noticed that. Like, I did some B-roll that I'll show later. Now, we're gonna get to the next part, and that's, I prefer to put these on first. And there we go. Now, this is where it gets tricky because it's hard to do this with this camera in front of me. So I'm going to bring it up close just a tad. I think we have to slide it out this way. And you see it attaches. I think it's wrong. It's something. It's always something. I'm missing something. There it goes. It shouldn't be that tight. And there it goes. So there's the splayed out chest. And now we're going to put the hands on. And these just pop off. There's a lot of people who are upset by that. They just pop off. Like, why they just pop off? And then what you want to do is they really kind of just connect. As you can see right there, there's really no tension point. But I prefer, if you look at it like this, you see that bottom part. That should be at the bottom. So, and you want to just, and the fist will come out and they kind of spin. And there's the hand. And we're going to put in, same thing with the other hand. And my lifesaver here, this piece of plastic. It's like they included that because they know. I think I'm going to be shooting on my phone from now on. This is probably the last video I do on my ZV-1. Because I have this $1,000 phone, this dang on Note 20 Ultra, that if that B-roll looks better than this, they're going to be shooting on that from now on. So then we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to put that on right here. And, you know, it's got a target. And yes, I'm being ultra careful because, you know, you got to be. It's just, you have to be. And now the final part is the head. You can see we're almost GAOGAIGAR. Like, it's almost, and it could just be the screen, why it looks like that. And I'm going to be running out of space, so I may not be able to show, like, heaven and hell. And then you just kind of put the head on. Let's get a little closer there. And, well, it's going to be tricky because I can't remember the steps, but you know, I think it kind of, let's do it from the side. I gotta kind of, because the eyes kind of form. Why every time I do this, this is never right? Man, this is annoying. Like, let me tell y'all something. The transforming this thing, yeah, it's so scary. It's the word. So, and it should do that. It should actually kind of fit over the head, and for some reason there it went, and we are not complete yet. You gotta slide this back and put that in place, and you gotta slide that back and put that in place, and now we are, let's get that nice and tight, and voila, we have GAOGAIGAR. And yes, the head swivels. It's on a little swivel thingy there. Let's take a good look at that. You see it there. And it can come off and you can make it independent. I'm not doing that. I ain't doing it. So, of course, for perfect transformation, these parts come off. And let's kick our zoom back. Okay. So you can see it here. And give me one moment here. Oh. It's my S-stop. Right there. And voila. It's in GAOGAIGAR mode. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be shooting with my phone. There's some caveat. Everybody's like, oh, cameras are better. But, man, the color science on this camera, you know, should be better. But it's not. It's kind of weird. It's kind of annoying. And, you know, I'm supposed to have this phone with 3 cameras. And this is GAOGAIGAR. And you can see everything is in place. This thing fits, and it is beautiful. Like, it is totally just mind-blowing how beautiful and heavy this thing is. The vents, the head, I mean, everything just kind of comes in place. And, I mean, it's just gorgeous, man. The head, I think a lot of people didn't like the head because it doesn't have the, I guess what, after 11 this thing is still bright. You really can't see it from here. Let me turn down my lighting. This is very pearl. You can see it right there. Like, it's very pearl. It's not quite, you know, it's got this like pearl look to it, and I think that kind of pisses people off a bit. Let me get my f-stop up. See it there. You know, it's kind of, there's no detail to it. You know, let me make sure it's all the way. Push this back a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to be shooting on because the eyes do look a little sunken in my opinion, but the face is too bright. You know, the face is too bright. And my camera is like trying to be annoying. So I guess we'll try to do, these are the extra hands that it comes with. And it comes with these really huge knockers here. Like, but they are big. They're a little too big. You know, I don't really feel like trying to deal with them. And I think over here we have the heaven and hell, which you're supposed to be able to do. And you can see that there. They give you the fist to try to do heaven and hell. See it right there. All right, and we're back. And now we have heaven and hell. And he's ready to go. And sometimes he says, really, it's hell and heaven, but it's always in reverse when in the actual Japanese dub. It's heaven and hell. It just sounds better. And he's doing heaven and hell. And then after that, turn around to the back so you can see it from the side here. And it's pretty good. Hey, man, it does it. It does what it's supposed to do. And then from the back, you know, the vents are supposed to open up and everything like that. You do have the opening vents. And you can see them right there. We'll get a little closer there. You see the vents do open. So you do have the ability to do the heaven and hell. And we're going to do the last thing. And that's put on the dividing driver. And then I'm just going to wrap it up. So I'm going to pause one more time and I'll be right back. And, you know, if you want to see some size comparison with Transformers, so, you know, you guys can get an understanding. Here's a 35th anniversary Megatron here. Let me just put him out of the way for a second because they're about the same size. GAOGAIGAR is not one of the larger ones. One of the larger ones is actually the Megazord, Rugger, and what's the other guy? Dan Cougar. Dan Cougar's pretty big, you know. Let's brighten that up a little bit for everybody. And compared to, I did edit that review for him. And then, of course, here's this guy. And drill bits are about to drill his head off. But just to give you an understanding of, you know, the size. So he would be the new commander size, I guess, if you want to put it like that. So now, overall, the sides, the issues with transformation, and you're not going to do this perfectly. The toy is solid. It comes together. It stays together well. You can handle it. Like, it's one of those toys where you can actually handle it and play with it and have fun with it. But transforming it back and forth is a no-no. Like, if you put this into GAOGAIGAR mode like it is now and standing on the shelf, that's what you're going to be doing. The head is limited, but you can take it off the ball joint if you want. Other than that, I mean, you know, my thoughts on this toy is, yeah, this is a definite, you know, go. It's a definite win. I mean, you're going to like what you get. I mean, you know, it's pretty much perfect transformation. It's heavy. It's got die cast in it. It's beefy. The plastic is strong. If you're going to display it in other modes with GAOGAIGAR using the drill Gao and you know, stealth Gao, you're going to be okay with that. You don't need to stand, you know, but there is a stand. But, you know, I don't use stands, you know, because I like to keep my things flat. Stands are good, but I've had stands and, well, there was an accident. Anyway, I keep them nice and flat-footed. I couldn't stop playing with it. Like, I've been playing with this toy for, I went out, came back home, picked him up. I was like, I gotta do it for the review, so I had to take everything apart. It just looks good. Like, it's like every time I look at it, I just go, dang. The colors are right, where CM's Corp, even with their Hong Kong version 2s, couldn't get the colors right. Everything is fantastic. It moves. It's tight, though, but it moves. I don't know what else to tell you, man. Like, you know, fingerprint smudges, yeah. But everything is there for GAOGAIGAR, the original GAOGAIGAR, without all the option parts for the first, 20 episodes, you know, when it was all about him until he got, you know, the upgrade star GAOGAIGAR. This is it. You get the dividing driver. The dividing driver is nice. You know, it's orange and, you know, it's got the look. Of course, there's Goldie Marg. What you need to stand if you get Goldie Marg. I've never been impressed with Goldie Marg. It's just one of those things where I would buy it, but maybe for a review show it off. But other than that, no, I wouldn't go. And you definitely gonna need to stand to have Goldie Marg. But other than that, this is the one to get. Like I said, you know, I enjoy it. I really am just punch pleased with it. I know this video is long. I don't care. The edits are abound. But I give this a solid 9. There are some issues, like I said before, but not any QC issues. It's just a matter of getting things folded right and making sure, you know, you're being careful. And that's the bottom line when it comes to solo Chogokin. It's being careful no matter which one you have. These are not Transformers. They're not, if you play with them too much, I guarantee you, you are going to break something unless it's Volt 5. Volt 5 you can play with all day. I'm not kidding. Like when I say this, literally you could play a Volt 5 all day because this is 1970s engineering. This is late 1990s engineering. So yeah, you you better be careful. Other than that, I love it. I'm pleased with it. It's one of the best of my collection. You know, I'm going to probably be picking it up and just kind of holding it every day when I get off of work. Buy it if you got about $200 to $300 to spend. That $300 is the limit. The retail price is $299. In Japan, it's actually going for even higher prices now these days because Japan likes certain characters, and this is one of them. This and Dan Cougar. In America, nobody likes Dan Cougar, but in Japan, they love Dan Cougar. So, yeah, it's a worthy purchase, man. It's all that in a bag of chips, and it does so much, and you know, it's all up to you how well you handle the toy. And I just want to say thank you for watching the video. This is Super Robot Head. Thank you for dealing with me. I'm kind of back in my element again. Just a little upset with my God Mars review. This is going up. Enjoy it. Hate it. Enjoy some B-roll that I need to view. And we're just going to take it from there. I'm going to relax for the rest of the night. Clean up this mess of maintenance review with this giant light box. And I just want to say, everybody, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great day, night, evening, and let's get those toys.